Once you learn to read price action, trading becomes ridiculously easy. Most retail traders lose money and think the answer to their problem is finding a new indicator or adding more analysis. I promise you, it's not. I've been trading for 9 years, and what I realized from every trader that I've watched become profitable, myself included, is that they all eventually came to the same conclusion. They stopped trying to guess and predict where the market's going to go and started reading it with a simple understanding. And this next part should make you sort of frustrated. Reading charts as a trader was never complicated. It only became complicated when the trading industry buried it under 1,000 different indicators and overcomplicated analysis. Strip all of that back, and what you're left with is ridiculously simple, but only if you actually understand what to look at. So that's exactly what I'm going to show you. I'm going to explain to you in crystal clear detail exactly how I look at the market, the exact things that I look for before risking a single dollar on a trade, and why once this clicks, good trades are going to become obvious and bad trades will look, well, stupid. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to look at the chart through the lens of an experienced, profitable trader with complete clarity and be able to apply this on your own instead of guessing. So let me start off with the loop that you may be stuck in. You have your chart open, you have 2 indicators saying buy, another indicator saying sell. So you enter a trade and then it immediately moves against you and turns into a loss. So then you try to add another indicator to the chart that would have captured that move. You add more and more to your chart, trying to avoid ever taking a loss, and the cycle repeats. Okay, but the problem is there's no framework underneath that decision. So every chart and every trade is just a guess dressed up as analysis. Because the best traders are not looking at more, they're looking at less, but of the right thing. Okay, and before I go any further, simple does not mean easy. Each time you enter a trade, you're fully accepting that the market can move against you and that you could lose that trade. That doesn't make the trade wrong, but it means that you need a strategy that you trust to know that that loss is simply opportunity cost for you to be able to execute a trading model that you know will give you a result over time. Because there's not one magical indicator or way of looking at the market that is going to fix all of your losses and prevent any losses. If you're chasing after that, I promise you it doesn't exist. A simple trading strategy means it is repeatable. It doesn't mean risk-free. It just means that the trade is actually worth the risk. And a moment of true clarity for me around this concept was watching myself become so wrapped up in analysis that I spent hours building and watching develop, to the point where I would keep executing losing trades with that analysis and wondering why it kept going against me. And I was determined to keep taking trades on this, not because the trades made sense, but because I had invested so much time doing the analysis that I was stuck in that mental framework. Okay, this is a mental phenomenon called the sunken cost fallacy. And it's basically when we invest a lot of time or effort into something, we give it an elevated sense of value, even though it can be completely contradictory to our actual goal, which is to take successful trades. So at this point, I stepped back, removed everything off of my chart, and drew one simple line, which told me I was trading in the complete opposite direction to what made sense. I then placed a simple trade following that piece of analysis. It took me seconds to make a decision on, and lo and behold, it went full profit. And there's a clear message in this. Simplicity is key. And by adding simple markups of the actual market structure, rather than relying on indicators and signals, I could see with clarity which direction I wanted to trade in and where my trade opportunities were. And it wasn't because of some new indicator that was the solution to all my problems. Because as traders, it's important to remember what we're actually trying to look at. Because all a chart is a visual representation of mass human psychology, showing us when the buyers are in control, when the sellers are in control, and where there are points on the market where we're close to either confirming the buyers are in control or indicating that the sellers may become in control. And that information was always there. But before, I wasn't even able to see that with all of the noise and confusion with indicators that I had all over my chart. So there are 3 simple keys that I use to be able to figure out where the market is going and where my entry points can be. So what does that simple framework look like? Well, it's made of 3 things. First thing is direction. Anytime I'm looking at a chart, I want to zoom out, look at the whole picture over several days, and establish a trend. Most traders are looking at the chart as random moves up and down, and they're super responsive to every tick up in the market and every tick down in the market. But here's what's actually happening, and it's not random. We can actually see where the buyers are stepping in, where the sellers are stepping in, and then predict areas where the buyers are likely to step back in or where the sellers are likely to step back in. And the first thing that I'm doing to find a trend is waiting for an initial push up or down. So in this case, I'll show you an example of markets moving up. What we want to see first is a push up, which is a higher high, followed by a higher low, and then a new higher high. When this second significant higher high is produced, this creates something called a break of structure, which is when price passes and pushes up through the initial push up. Okay, the second thing that I'm doing is drawing a trend line from the first low to that second low before the break of structure, and that confirms the direction of the market and where buyers are likely to step back in if the trend is going to continue. And the same is true if the sellers are in control. You get an initial push down, a lower high, a new lower low, which marks our break of structure. We establish our trend line and once again anticipate where sellers are likely to step back in if that trend is going to continue. Which brings me to the second key, which is confirmation. Now, we want to make sure that we're confirming levels, not predicting levels. Buying in because you think price is going to bounce at a certain level is something we like to call catching the falling knife versus waiting for the market to start to turn around. Respect key levels that validate your overall idea, and then placing trades on a confirmation. Once we have our trend direction, our break of structures, and the lower level of our trend, we can now wait for a response and use that as an indication that buyers may be able to step back in, and we can position ourselves to take advantage of that if the move is going to continue. We're following the trend direction. Okay, there's a saying in trading, the trend is your friend. You want to follow the trend. Okay, another thing I like to do to confirm these levels is use something called a fair value gap. Simply put, a fair value gap is a series of 3 candles where the first candle's high wick, in the case of a bullish fair value gap, doesn't overlap with the low wick of the third candle, and that leaves a space between, which is called a fair value gap. For a bearish fair value gap, the first candle's wick low doesn't overlap with the wick high of the third candle, leaving a bearish fair value gap. And why this is important is because it's an area that the fair value determination has yet to be proven because of a momentum move. So therefore, if the momentum is going to carry forward, if it's determined that that's a fair value, price can continue moving off of that level. So having those key levels also agree with a bullish or bearish fair value gap that follows the direction of my trend allows me to find and target potential response areas only reading simple price action and analysis and no need for an indicator. And I'll also use fair value gaps on an entry model to actually enter and set up these trades that I'll show you here in a second, to be able to find very, very particular entries on a lower time frame that matches our higher time frame analysis and allows us to completely avoid any confusion or chop in the market and target high probability areas. Okay, which brings me to my third key, which is something called invalidation. So this is basically us having a current trend direction that we're analyzing, and the market is now starting to reflect that these sellers could be in control. And this presents a really unique opportunity to us as traders because it's the first sign that the current move could be falling apart, the sellers could be stepping in, and that a new trend in the opposite direction that we can catch early could be developing. Say we have a trend developing upward, price is responding, and then that same level now is broken down below and closed below. This is something called a break and retest. And typically, when price is responding off of those buy zones, breaks it, when it tests the opposite side of that same level it previously respected, that's often the last point that the market will go before continuing to the opposite direction. And what fully confirms this is something called a change of character, which is effectively the opposite signal to our earlier break of structure. You can see push up over previous high, break of structure. Push up, previous high, over break of structure. Push up, break of structure. But then price fails to make a new high, breaks underneath this previous low, comes up to test the opposite side of that trend level before continuing to make a move to the downside. Then, basically, the cycle repeats. Once you have your break of structure, you can then do the same analysis, look for the same signals, and trade in the direction of the market. However, context matters. One single chart isn't the complete answer to being able to take advantage of these moves. This strategy I'm describing to you is really good at finding the overall picture and setting us up to do something called drop into a lower time frame, where we're looking at the same data but more zoomed in, and we're using the more zoomed in view to actually set up what's called an entry model. And that's where we're setting up a trade and entering. The way I think of it is this. If this analysis that I just showed you is our complete route map, showing us our start point and our end destination, the 1 minute entry model is going to be our turn-by-turn directions to get us to our final destination. So here's the framework of that zoomed in entry model that I like to pair with this overall analysis method. And I use the 15-minute time frame on my chart for that 3 key concept, and I'm using a 1 minute time frame for this entry model. So on a 1 minute time frame, the first thing that I'm looking for is the New York session open. That's where volume is going to flood into the market. The next thing that I'm looking for is a change of character, where where price breaks out of the current trend and creates that first initial push up. The second thing that I'm doing is waiting for a fair value gap in the direction of that change of character, and that is going to be the area that I target. The third thing that I'm doing is waiting for price to pull back into that fair value gap, and I'm entering right in the middle of that gap. I'm placing my risk outside of that fair value gap producing candle, and I'm targeting 3 to 4 times what I'm risking off my entry to allow the trade to play out in my direction. And the result of this, now I have a simple view of the larger picture with key hotspots on my chart and a simple 3-step entry criteria to where I can strip back all of my indicators, wait for a response, and place my trades with complete clarity. In the example that I'm referencing here is actually a trade that I called in real time and took, where you can see I marked out these exact levels, executed my entry model, and allowed my trade to run up massively and collect 4 to 5 times what I was risking on the trade. Because the biggest thing about reading price action and executing on it is not having some perfect strategy. It's about following the overall move, being precise about your entries, and executing the same simple, repeatable model over and over so that you're not predicting or guessing, but you're simply analyzing with clarity and executing your strategy. So hop onto TradingView, follow those steps, and you'll have a ton more clarity on whatever model you're executing. If you're still here, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to know when I drop content in the future. You can check out other videos right here where I explain all of this in way more detail. And if you want to trade live alongside us every single day and learn all of my strategies through and through, you can check out our private team and education right here. But until next time, guys, I will see you all in the next video.